I'm coming, you filthy animals. Get over here, I'm on top of you. Oh, I hate these goddamn steps. Oh. Ooh, I'm tired. Show's over. Oh, I gotta lift this damn thing up. It's too low. Find something. Lift this up with it. Is that high enough? Y'all still in my crotch area. I want y'all staring at my crotch. Pause, no diddy. I don't want you niggas staring at my crotch and shit. Pause, no diddy. The bus is back. Yeah, we gotta go that way more. The bus is back. And this is what we doing. See, Will, you gotta learn something, Will. Let me explain something to you, Will. Do what you need to learn, boy. You need to learn how to soak your vegetables in that vinegar water. See, Kamala might wash them in the tub. I wash mine in that vinegar water. So now, what I do is, I'm gonna take my oranges. I'm gonna drink me some orange juice first. I'm gonna rinse these off, rinse that vinegar off these things. I'm gonna rinse these off and make me some orange juice. Hey, look now, this is my first time using this juicer. I just got it out the package. I just got it. So we're gonna do this together. Because after listening to RFK, we all better start juicing or eating rats. Yeah, we all gonna have to start juicing or eating. Let me see where I need to stand at. Because the juice come out on this way. All right, let me turn this thing on. Hold on. But listen, you already know we got to get a 2-for-1 special. We got to get a 2-for-1. We got to get some politics going at the same time. Which one is that? Harris literally what? I'm going to use this one first.
Welcome on board.
Yeah, let me make it water. Bam, let's get it, y'all. I got to mute the mic.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
This is not where Vice President Harris thought she would be.
We're going to Georgia. Yes. 7th trip there this year for me.
A surprise nominee for president just months from.
Hey, she did better this time, y'all. She didn't say yes, 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 yes. Yeah, she did better this time. And next juice we're going to try is apple juice. First juice I'm making is orange juice. The next juice I'm making is apple juice. We got to put the apples in the vinegar water. We let them bob in vinegar water. Yeah, let's get it.
Election day, set in motion after a stunning debate.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Some within your own party are wondering if President Biden should even step aside. What do you say to that?
There was a slow start, but it was a strong finish.
And then an extraordinary decision.
I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
Philadelphia!
What usually takes years of planning, coming together in a matter of weeks.
Tim Wall!
After a historic nomination at the convention in Chicago,
On behalf of everyone whose story could only be written in the greatest nation on earth,
I accept your nomination to be President of the United States of America.
the Harris-Walz ticket is now pushing forward with the shortest presidential campaign in modern history.
What did you hear from voters here? People are very optimistic.
We joined them on the trail as they visited the battleground of Georgia. Just 68 days from the election.
And then after the first break, they ran this puff piece.
As voters are getting to know Kamala Harris, they want answers on how she will make their lives better. She heard that here at Sandfly Barbecue in Savannah.
What we're going to do to increase access to capital for small businesses, I'll be rolling out next week. Part of what we're going to be doing in terms of a tax credit.
On the trail, she talks about her experience, years in the courtroom as a district attorney and eventually California's attorney general. She wants to reframe the contest as the prosecutor versus the felon.
I know Donald Trump's type. I've been dealing with them my whole career.
The former president is turning to a well-defined playbook of personal attacks.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black.
And it just...
How was that a personal attack? She said she was Asian Indian. They always got to classify something as an attack. She said she was Asian Indian, Dollar. Let me rinse out one of my little wine cup. She said she was South Indian. So how is it an attack for somebody to say what she said? And this is how the media trick us, y'all. Because guess what? Guess what? Nobody want to be the dude that's known or stand next to a guy that's attacking a woman. So they put these little words in to say people are being attacked so that men and everybody back off, and so that women rally around that. Anytime a woman hear another woman is being attacked, they gonna be like, what? You attacking women? And you add in that she black, and you just got a whole army. Yeah, you add in she black, and you just gave her a whole army of protection. All right, let's try this thing. Oh, shucks. This is fresh squeezed oranges. It don't get no fresher. Let me let that thaw get on that thing. Y'all see it. Let me put me on the solo layout. Y'all, we're gonna have to do right by ourselves, y'all. Look at this. Solo layout. My first sip. It's still damn hot. Hold on. Ooh, this is different work right here when he got that skin on it. Oh, this tastes like real orange juice. Woo! That motherfucker got a tang to it. You got to mix this with something. I like this here. That's pretty damn good. I would like to set some more in there and let it stay cool. Then we're going to move on to drink number 2. I put my leftover juice in this measuring cup right here. Let me go ahead and put this in the refrigerator. I got a bunch of them little mason jars I'm going to put all my little juice in. Don't worry, I'm going to keep my juice right. Yeah, that's real OJ. I use real oranges. Let me rinse this thing out. Hey, y'all, I hope y'all don't think this ghetto, but I'm not finna clean that thing out, the little bowl thing out. Do I need to clean that out before I put apples in there to make apple juice? I think I do, because my apples might taste like oranges. Yeah, let me clean that bowl thing out real quick. I don't got to clean that thing on the side. I'm just cleaning the little bowl thing out so my apples don't taste like orange.
12 days, the nominees will meet face-to-face for the first time.
She's not a good debater. She's not a smart person. She doesn't want to debate.
If you got something to say it to my face.
CNN is a joke for pretending that this would be a legitimate effort to probe Harris. That editing wasn't appropriate on either of those moments. And when CNN's Dana Bash did initially ask some substantive questions, there was no follow-up and there was just rambling and off-track answers. Harris was asked about why she backflipped on fracking, but there wasn't much pushback.
2019, I believe, at a town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said, there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in that campaign?
In 2020, I made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position, nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word.
Harris had previously called for illegal immigration to be decriminalized, but when she responded to this fact, the reporter just let her ramble.
Another question about something that you said in 2019 when you first ran. There was a debate. You raised your hand when asked whether or not the border should be decriminalized. Do you still believe that?
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced that address and deal with people who cross our border illegally, and there should be consequence. And let's be clear, in this race, I'm the only person who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations who traffic in guns, drugs, and human beings. I'm the only person in this race who actually served a border state as Attorney General to enforce our laws, and I would enforce our laws as president going forward. I recognize the problem.
In truth, Harris is part of an administration which has an out-of-control illegal immigration issue, and the journalist failed to press further on this fact. And after these more serious questions, it got super weird, fluffy, and very promotional. Rather than digging into her record of policies, they started asking about the amazing moment Biden stepped aside for her.
And we have some never-before-shared details about the phone call that changed everything between President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris.
Really? That's your big exclusive? Well, it better be good. Let's check it out.
My family was staying with us.
She straight up lied, y'all. She straight up lied. She was all for the border being open, and then she changed it. Well, what she's trying to say is in 2020, she said Biden. She blamed it on Biden. She said Biden wants to do something with the border. So I got a clip of that too. But she debated in 2019, and in 2019, she said she was going to end fracking and she was going to close. She was going to leave the borders open. She believed in open borders, so she capped. Now in 2020, she said something about Biden, and they let her slip away with that, and she capped.
Digging into her record of policies, they started asking about the amazing moment Biden stepped aside for her.
And we have some never-before-shared details about the phone call that changed everything between President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris.
Really? That's your big exclusive? Well, it better be good. Let's check it out.
My family was staying with us, and including my baby nieces. And we had just had pancakes and, you know, Auntie, can I have more bacon? Yes, I'll make you more bacon. And then we were sitting down to do a puzzle. And the phone rang, and it was Joe Biden. And he told me what he had decided to do. And I asked him, "Are you sure?"
So this is her big exclusive. Pancakes and bacon for the nieces. This is what we've been waiting all this time for. Pancakes and bacon. She ain't talking about policy. When she talked about policy, she said, we want to reimagine. Yo, these people in their slogans, this one was supposed to be Build Back Better, and we worse off than we ever been. Now the new slogan is Reimagine, and they gonna reimagine, all right. Your ass gonna be eating rats, and the Mexicans gonna be living in houses that they give them $150,000 for. The Asians are probably gonna go get some more money. This coming election, they probably gonna get some more money. And our black ass gonna still be saying we want reparations and we shall overcome. This is straight cap. Can't afford what? He's talking about what's this woman's deal with bacon? I can't stand that. But listen, man, let's keep this lie going.
And he said yes. And that's how I learned about it.
Wow, compelling stuff. Harris has been hiding from hard-hitting interviews since launching her campaign, and this was actually an opportunity for CNN to really test her candidacy. Instead, it is clear that this joke of a network simply wanted to promote her. It wasn't journalism, it was an endorsement. Well, joining me on the show this week is Sky News host Caleb Bond and Radio 2CC Stephen Senator Yempo. Now, let's start with you, Caleb. I mean, could that have been more of a flagrant endorsement of this person than what we just saw?
I don't even know how to respond to that, to be perfectly honest. I mean, remember during the 2016 campaign, CNN was derided as the Clinton News Network. Well, perhaps in this case, they should change to KNN and be the Kamala News Network, because what I just watched there had more mayo on it than a bad burger from McDonald's. Seriously. They have set her up as though she's the second coming of Jesus, and we've got to have Kamala Harris, otherwise the US is going to fall apart, etc., etc. What you would expect from an interview with any presidential candidate is a sit down without the theatrics of all the production value. I mean, they've gone for like it's a doco that you're going to watch on Netflix or something, right? You don't want the production value. You want a hard-hitting journalist sitting in front of someone who's asking to be elected president of the United States, asking hard questions for an hour straight. You want to see the candidate squirm and duck and dive and work out where they sit on things. And that's not what you got. You got, as you pointed out, a bit of a puff piece and what seemed to be a promotional bit of material. I'm sure Kamala will now be using it on all of her social media because, why spend money making your own stuff when CNN will do it for you?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, it was a pre-recorded interview, Stephen, as well. So they've had a lot of time to go in there and polish and edit the way that they...
Dog, I'm watching all of my politics like this from here on out. And I'm going to drop the link just in case some of the guys who are interested in politics and the ladies want to come up and chime in, because I'm having fun. I'm juicing. I'm having fun. Hope y'all having a good Labor Day weekend. I'm juicing. I'm having fun. But this is amazing. I'm watching my news. Oh, I got to get one more in there. I'm watching my news from that network from here on out because they don't have a dog in the fight. I mean, they kind of do because American dollar, they are concerned with it as well, but they're not from America, so they don't have a reason to not tell the truth. And them people kicking game, and y'all don't even want to see it. CNN gave them a softball interview. Steve Harvey gave a softball interview. This woman is supposed to be so strong, so smart. Why she got to have a softball interview? That's bullshit. Let me get this one apple through there. I'm turning this thing up on fast. Bleep, bleep, that's all, folks. And now we got apple juice. Now we got apple juice. Do y'all apple juice look like that? That's what real apple juice look like. This is my dinner tonight, y'all. Juice. All right, I got to put a lot of ice in this. All right, all right, all right. While I'm waiting on that to cool off. They call them the Lion News Network. So CNN is basically campaigning, allegedly, for the Democrat. And it's come out, it's been brought to everybody's attention that Mark Zuckerberg wrote a letter of apology because he got pressure from the government in order to suppress conservative thoughts and ideals. They suppressed the Hunter Biden laptop story. They banned Trump off of Facebook, a political opponent. So, and he donated $420, a little over $400 million to the Democrats. So, yeah, he said he was going to stay out of the election this year, and he wasn't going to ban, fruit are number 9 best for pesticides, 3 in GMO. Now, all these came from the farmer's market. We don't want to hear that. You keep eating all that meat there. Eat you a steak tonight. Get you 3 or 4 steaks tonight. Don't tell me what to do. Please don't. Get you 3 or 4 steaks. I'm putting vinegar on these things and cleaning them up right.
through to various clips and sound bites. It was very strategic. But to Caleb's point, you've got somebody that wants to essentially be the most powerful person in the world, and nobody wants to test her. Nobody has the courage to put it back against her policies.
Well, there's a couple of things here. I was actually talking about this on my radio program this morning. The fact that,
sir, y'all from Australia, things run a little bit different around here, sir. Let me explain how this go. When she was an Asian, she didn't get but 2 votes. Ain't nobody like her Asian ass. Nobody wanted her. Nobody liked her. She wasn't even nominated. Now that she's a black woman, she's nominated. She gets shot to the moon, and you can't question her because you're somehow disrespecting her because she's black. So they know every Asian, every Arab, every woman with melanin are going to shoot to the top because they're just going to say that they're black. They're not going to get a true black woman. They're going to get somebody with a hint of black up. Just like if I put 1 drop of black pepper in this orange juice, it does not make it, apple juice. It does not make this apple juice into black pepper. It just got a little black pepper in it, if you will. So that does not change the concentration. This is still going to be apple juice. I think I might peel the skin off of it next time because it's giving me this filmy stuff on the top. Well, I might strain it. Yeah, I'm going to have to get me one of them strainers. This is good, but I don't like the stuff on the top of it. The juice is actually good, though. It's just the foam stuff. How y'all strain this foam off the top? What I got to do? I thought she an Indian, but I'm telling you, Rachel Dolezal, all these people are turning black. What's the Sean King? All these people want to be black because of the benefits of being black. They're not going to let black people benefit from being black. We ain't going to get no Asian, we ain't going to get no hate crime bill. We ain't going to get no goddamn money. So it's interesting to me how everyone else can benefit off being black except us. Change the juicer? No, I don't need to change no juicer. You need a cold press slow juicer. This is a cold press juicer. That's one of the best juicers ever. Yeah. Strain it. Okay. I'm gonna strain it. Slower speed. Well, it said hard fruit, so that's a hard apple. I'm gonna use a strainer. I gotta get me a strainer. Oh man, that's good juice. It's getting cold now. Oh, peel the apple next time. Good advice. Good damn advice. What it is a good for absolutely nothing. Say it again now. Lord. I can use this one. This is an old school. Where my new school at? Well, I had this thing for years. That motherfucker's so old, it got rust on it down there. Come on, let's peel it. I can't find my stuff. Can't find my stuff, Jack. Yeah, I don't like this one. I'm gonna have to get me another one. This is just too old school. I got a couple peelers. I just don't know where it is. Probably at one of my homeboys' house. They like to come over here and steal my shit because they know I keep nice shit. He'd be like, he ain't using it right now. He'll get another one. He won't notice it's gone. Son of a bitch. All right, well, let me get this thing playing while we're going.
American politicians are not very good when they front the media as opposed to Australian politicians who do it far more often. And I made the point that, as a talkback radio announcer, I can get the Prime Minister on my program from time to time, whereas that will never happen in the United States. They're very, very polished when they make a speech that's been written by somebody else and they've got an auto cue, but you put them in front of somebody without a script and they're absolutely hopeless. But getting back to the point here, we all knew CNN.
Damn, this is what Australia think about politicians. They said you get the Democrat politicians with off the script. Well, he said American politicians. So get American politicians off script, and they're absolutely hopeless. Damn. Hopeless, he said. Shit. So I do think that applies to a lot of people, though. That applies to Joe Biden. It definitely applies to Kamala. Kamala need a CNI dog, a goddamn emotional support dog, a diabetes dog. She need goddamn Tim Waltz. God damn. She can't do nothing by herself. It's amazing. Y'all right, because it looked like real apple juice on the bottom. So I'm going to strain that out of there. Yeah, I got to strain that out of there, Jay. Check it out. Still a little bit in there. Not as much. That's doable. This is my first time, you know what I mean? We're going to get that strainer. We're going to get the hang of this thing. And we boxing up juices. We boxing up lunches and breakfast. And we got some good compost. Somebody said keep that for compost. Yes, yes. We new and improving around this mother trucker. Let me pour it to the side so I can keep some of that shit up out of here. I just need to wet a napkin and pour it through the damn napkin. That would seem like. Now, let me get me a real strainer, cuz. I think I might got one. You got no damn strainer? Yeah, I'm gonna keep practicing, but that's a little less. Now that tastes good as I don't know what. I don't know what type of apple that is. Oh, that's the same apple. That tastes way better. Oh shit. This apple juice? Oh man. Tastes like I'm really eating apple. What's making you do vegetarian? I'm not gonna do vegetarian. Hell no. I'm gonna eat a piece. I got me a piece of salmon from the farmer's market. I'm just not gonna eat it today. I'm gonna start juicing 2 times, like for 2 meals, I'm gonna juice. And then for one, I'm just gonna eat one like solid food a day. You know?
my program from time to time, whereas that will never happen in the United States. They're very, very polished when they make a speech that's been written by somebody else and they've got an auto cue, but you put them in front of somebody without a script and they're absolutely hopeless. But getting back to the point here, we all knew CNN was going to go this way. I mean, the fact that it was edited down from somewhere in the vicinity of an hour to 18 minutes tells you everything you need to know about this, that it was always going to be a promotional piece rather than a hard-hitting interview.
Yeah, and I knew it was, Stephen. And I mean, Caleb, let's bring you in here. I knew it was going to be bad. But the way that they were segueing this music, the crying from the crowd, at one point they threw up a photograph and they made it, this historic photograph where she's kind of silhouetted by a young woman and tried to make it out as if this was the greatest thing that was happening. I just cannot believe. I mean, this is why CNN is losing viewers, isn't it? Surely people watch this, and the average American, the average person around the world watching this election, they have to understand that this is deceptive.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, it may well play well to the CNN audience, but the CNN audience was going to vote for Kamala anyway. So I don't know that it's done her any favours. And of course, the strategy you seem to be seeing from a media perspective here is much the same as Biden in 2020, which is, put Kamala in the bunker, don't put her in front of the media because she will slip up. And we know what she's like. I mean, if you see her in free-form interviews, or not interviews, but, she's on a stage and talking, like, she is nuts. Absolutely nuts, and that's what they're trying to protect her from. So she does the rallies with scripts and auto cue, etc. This is the only interview she's agreed to so far, and she had to have her emotional support candidate next to her while she did it. It is so staged managed as to be ridiculous, and that is one of the areas, and I know Trump's in trouble in the polls at the moment, but that is one of the areas where Trump really has an advantage over Kamala, because he's not afraid of doing interviews and he's not afraid of going off script. And so as the campaign progresses, if we don't see her do any more interviews, she will hope that that is an advantage, but it gives space for Trump to go in and suck up, use the vacuum and suck up all the space that Kamala refuses to fill.
Yeah, exactly. And look, Stephen, Kamala Harris's performance, we can critique it all day, but where I actually get a bit angry about this is this journalist, Dana Bash. She had the opportunity to probe. And I really think that you owe your viewers, you owe them to probe somebody that's about to take all of this power. She is the front runner now. And yes, maybe a few weeks ago, Donald Trump was in the lead, but the polls are saying she's likely going to be the next leader of America. And we're just sitting here just waving her through. I just find it unconscionable.
Yeah, but you've got to look at the context of it, Jack. I mean, you think back to the 2019 election when Scott Morrison was running, and, and I'm not particularly a Scott.
See, they're offended by this. They said, wait a minute now. If she's going to be the leader of the free world, that ain't enough. If she's going to be the leader of the free world, you say soursop keeps cancer cells at bay. Oh shit! Well, I'm gonna eat some more of this. I was at the farmer's market and a bunch of people was running up on me. I was asking people with the organic fruit and stuff, and they were talking about soursop and this big ass thing right here, jackfruit. Y'all see that big ass thing on the counter? Look like a watermelon with spikes. So I got to Google how to cut that one up. I don't even know what the fuck that is. So I was just listening to some people that was, that's familiar with the farmer's market and all the different type of fruits. So, I went in and went ham. I don't think I know every goddamn thing. I can go listen. So my Labor Day, I'm chilling, eating fruit or drinking fruit. And then later on, I may eat that salmon, but it's getting late. All right. Damn, there's some big ass seeds. Those some big seeds. So Buddy said he find it unconscionable. Jackfruit tastes like bubble gum. Really? This big ass thing tastes like bubble gum? This shit big as hell. It got spikes in it. I think I don't know if that's the jackfruit or the other one. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, man. So, yeah, they find it unconscionable, and they think it's silly for somebody to allow somebody that's gonna run the free world to be soft-shoed like this. Why would you give her softball questions if knowing what's at stake, knowing that she's gonna be the leader of the free world, knowing that we already had her in office already, knowing that Charlemagne the God don't know what the hell he talking about, because she actually voted on a lot of things in the Senate. It's not like she just sat back and went quiet. She was giving up a lot of money to the Asians. So it's hard to cut. Yeah. But they find it unconscionable. We find it okay because she's black and she's a woman. Identity politics. That's going to have us in the breadline.
America, and we're just sitting here just waving her through. I just find it unconscionable.
Yeah, but you got to look at the context of it, Jack. I mean, you think back to the 2019 election when Scott Morrison was running, and you know, and I'm not particularly a Scott Morrison fan, but the media was en masse saying he cannot win this election. He's gone. It's going to be a Bill Shorten government. Then he proved them wrong, and many people in the media here hated that, and they never forgave him for proving them wrong. It didn't matter what his policies were, didn't matter what his performance was. He proved us wrong, and we're going to get him. Well, Trump did the same thing in 2020. And they were out to get him because he proved them wrong. Now, you know, I wish Trump was more statesmanlike, and I wish he was different than he was. And he's very combative and all of that. But ultimately, his biggest crime is he proved the media wrong, and they're going to get him back for it.
Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, Trump has labelled this interview boring. And in journalism, that's maybe the biggest sin that you can commit if you're an anchor and you have that opportunity. And Caleb, I mean, some of those moments are just nauseating where it's like, oh, tell us about when Joe called you and changed the world, you know, this coup essentially, where they've forced him to step down and everything's just through these rose-coloured glasses.
And this is the thing, right? So you can do an interview like that, right? And so here at Sky News,
but not the very first interview that she's done.
But my issue is that they've dressed it up as a journalistic interview, right? So if you're going on with a host who clearly leans to one side and that's what their program is, you know what you're going to get out of it. I mean, you know, if someone's interviewed by me on Sky News, they kind of know which way I'm going to go. Sometimes you don't know which way I'm going to go, but you kind of know which way I'm going to go with it, right? But what you expect out of a presidential interview, particularly the first one, as you point out, is hard-hitting journalism, and that's not what this was. It was an opinion piece as opposed to a piece of journalism. Decide which lane you're in and stick to it.
Yeah, and the production value behind it was honestly akin to a campaign ad. It was bad.
Good evening and welcome to a program.
Y'all say they kicking facts. I mean, that's what I think. Hold on, wait a minute. Did I mess up? Yep. I just deleted the wrong one. Shit, is it on my phone? Oh, shucks. Hold on, y'all. Turn this camera off and this mic off. Hold on. I gotta find. Man, damn it. What did I do? What the? trying to find the one that I had. Oh, you son of a gun. You son of a gun. Where is it? Joe Biden inquired 1 hour ago. Boy, they be putting up videos, boy. Shucks. Hold on, let me search it. Search. Joe Biden. Oh, shit. Let me see if they got any live. Freakazoid. How did I lose my place? I miss and deleted the damn video. Man, these people put up videos about this. All right, let me put this one. Let me put this one up. Oh, man, that's crazy. I don't know why that thing got snatched down. It's cool. We got plenty more. Yeah, we got plenty more. Sky News Australia is where it's at, boy. All right, I will.
Show last week, and the former Speaker of the House, who remains enormously powerful within the Democrats, admitted that they'd like to turn illegal immigrants, undocumented migrants as they call them, into documented migrants, and creating an easy path for citizenship, I'm sure, is going to open the floodgates further.
Now, remember when everybody said they're going to replace y'all? Remember when Joe Biden said they're going to put y'all back in chains? This is the way they're going to do it. This is how you're going back in chains. Because they're going to give a lot of illegals the right to vote, and they let 20 million illegals, and we're only 17 million voters, I think. So simple math say we're being replaced. And Nancy Pelosi is going to say the quiet part out loud. Like, look, hey, you know, we trying to get these people documented and get them able to vote. So Sky News is going to be my news station.
Making the American dream of home ownership available to all people is something we have to do for people who are here now.
This is before your residency. This is undocumented. This is for the undocumented.
Well, what I would like to do is move them to documented. In fact, that we move them to documented. One of the best things that we can do for our economy is to pass comprehensive immigration reform.
It's part of the plan, isn't it? There's a reason why they dismantled Trump's tough policies, and we've seen record numbers come across that southern border illegally every single year of the Biden administration. They're hoping that one day they become citizens, one day soon, and vote for the Democrats.
Well, it's not only that, it's also a big scheme for BlackRock, for these real estate companies, knowing that these people can get these houses because they're subsidized by the government, and then they default on the loans, and then these banks will basically own these houses.
Hey, listen, y'all, I'm going to slow this shit down. Listen, if you never heard a cold bar, this boy talked too fast. I'm going to slow the speed down. If you never heard a cold bar, I want you to hear this one. Because this, my friend, is exactly what's going on. So if you never heard the truth, you're going to hear it right here. This dude, I don't know who he is, but this to me seems like something that's more, it make more sense on why they doing what they doing. Because I'm like, Why in the hell would they do that? Who's going to make the money out of this? This is going to end everybody. And I'm like, no, Kwame, you missing something. In order for someone to win, other people have to lose. When I was super viral on YouTube, there was a lot of other YouTubers losing. They was losing views, losing money. So in order for someone to win, others have to lose. And what he just said is straight up facts that, in my opinion, the people who are stand to gain the most money, they already got a shit ton of money and they just waiting. They waiting on your hard times. They waiting on you to default, because that's when people make the most money. People don't make money in a even economy that's going smooth. Not the kind of money they want to make. They want to make all the goddamn money. And he going to explain to you how they going to do it.
Well, it's not only that, it's also a big scheme for BlackRock, for these real estate companies, knowing that these people can get these houses because they're subsidized by the government, and then they default on the loans, and then these banks will basically own these houses. And then once they give these tax breaks, or they give these money for these free homes, that raises the price for everyday American citizens that are trying to buy a house. So this program is killing the middle class, and they know that, because they don't want a middle class. They want a population that relies on the government, or just a super elite that doesn't need the help from the government. The government needs their money, as a matter of fact.
Now, Kamala Harris thought
If you don't listen to this dude, I don't want to hear no crying. When this shit happened, I don't want to hear no crying. As I set for life, everybody got a job, everybody good, until it's a domino effect and people around you start getting laid off, and then now nobody's coming by your bar or your job anymore, and then you get laid off, and then people are not buying cars no more, and then you get laid off. The stores can't afford the groceries no more, so they close. Restaurants can't afford to stay open because the price to get the food there, because the damn gas prices are so high, they got to charge a higher price in order to make their margin. People are not going to be able to afford to go to restaurants to eat, or even fast food to eat. So everything closes. Who's working now? Boy, we robbing, killing, stealing. So I'm getting in shape now. I'm getting ready to fuck you niggas up. Nigga, I'm for the juice all the way until November, nigga. I'm gonna have this body chiseled. I'm gonna get down the motherfucker like, Hurrah! Yeah, I gotta get in shape. You motherfuckers crazy. I don't feel like eating rats. So I'm gonna have to rob, maim, beat niggas up, because I gotta eat, you know? So it is what it is, y'all. I'm gonna get in shape on y'all ass.
she was being very clever when she denounced former President Donald Trump for disrespecting sacred ground at the Arlington National Cemetery. The former president went there at the invitation of Gold Star family members. This is family members of service personnel who were killed during the botched withdrawal from Afghanistan. Harris called it a political stunt, probably because neither she nor President Biden accepted their invitations. They weren't there. Biden was at the beach. I don't know what Kamala was doing. She released just a statement. She had no public events that day. But now they...
So let me bring y'all up to speed. You know how they want everybody to have Trump derangement syndrome, right? So that everything Trump do is bad. You know, kind of like I do on YouTube. Everything I do is I ain't shit. I'm just a bad guy. But Trump was asked by some great military families that had military sons that gave their life in battle. And my condolences to the family. Shout out to anyone in the military, especially the ones that go fight for my right to be able to yap on this computer and to yap around the world, because we all are yapping while they over there fighting and losing their lives. So Trump was asked to show up. And you know, as I start to notice a through line, every time someone asks to speak to Trump, whether you're black, whether you're white, or whether you're whatever color, it seems like Trump at least show up to hear you out. Because she was asked, Kamala was asked to come. Joe Biden was asked to come. They declined to come. And then Kamala put out a tweet like, oh, it's a publicity stunt. So now the family is pissed the hell off because you don't do that. We asked you to come and you didn't even return our calls. So this man show up and show respect. And then now you want to make this into something political? No, that's whack.
Now being relations at Afghan devastation of Arlington National Cemetery. The former president went there at the invitation of Gold Star family members. This is family members of service personnel who were killed during the botched withdrawal from Afghanistan. Harris called it a political stunt, probably because neither she nor President Biden accepted their invitations. They weren't there. Biden was at the beach. I don't know what Kamala was doing. She released just a statement. She had no public events that day. But now they are being absolutely smashed by their families here. The denouncement has spectacularly backfired on her and the campaign. So many Gold Star family members are reaching out to Trump's campaign, filming videos and setting the record straight.
Kamala, your statement is nothing more than a political spin.
Why did we want Trump there? It wasn't to help his political campaign. We wanted a leader.
President Trump and his team were respectful. They listened to our stories and didn't talk much at all. We welcomed them that day and they were comfort to our family.
That's just a few of the videos that have been released thus far. And Alex, it's really shameful, I think, of the media to go down this road, because by trying to smear Donald Trump, they were also smearing these families, these grieving families who the Biden-Harris administration has pretty much abandoned. And they're accusing them too of politicizing this tragedy and Arlington National Cemetery. And it went so far that they've all decided to come out and speak out against this fake news.
Well, it's important that they did that. You know, to be fair, is this a political stunt? No, but Donald Trump is running a political campaign. So it's important that he goes out there and does these events, yet they're too afraid to leave their basement, just like Joe Biden's presidency in 2020 when he was running. So it's really sad for them to try to demonize these Gold Star family members, the family members of our fallen and injured soldiers. That's how disgusting these people are. And if Kamala Harris actually cared about her vets, she would do something about the 22 veterans that commit suicide every single day here in America. So they don't care about the veterans whatsoever. And Donald Trump actually does.
Now, before you go, I've only got 30 seconds. I hear you're going to be in Fort Worth, Texas, one of my favorite places, with Tucker and Roseanne. Tucker Carlson and Roseanne Barr. Is this happening? What is your life these days, Alex?
My life is wild. I'm good friends with Roseanne.
What and Texas? Now,
think about the 22 veterans that commit suicide every single day here in America. So they don't care about the veterans whatsoever. And Donald Trump actually does.
Now, before you go, I've only got 30 seconds. I hear you.
So you telling me 22 men and women die every day that serve the country. But why are they dying? Are they getting $150,000 for housing? Do they have free housing after they fight for this country? Now they trying to draft more people's sons into the military. I'm going to go ahead and pop my son in the foot. Hey, son, look here. I got to shoot your pinky toe off, boy. Yeah, I have me another son. Hey, look here, son. I got to shoot your pinky toe off, boy. Because look here, boy. They're going to take you over there. They're going to work you. You're going to be over there fighting for something you don't even know what the hell you fighting for. And then you're going to come back here all mentally messed up. And then these people going to act like they don't even know you no goddamn more. No, son. Put your pinky toe up on the table, boy. You can work with 9 toes. Come on. Put that pinky toe. Ha! I think I need the swagger there. That's what it is. Oh, yeah, this is good. Today was buying stuff for the body. Tomorrow is buying more stuff for the body, but it's going to be hard, like Kevlar. I got one, but I need about 3 more. And tomorrow going to be about buying some more of these. Yeah. That's what tomorrow going to be about. No swag over that. I just don't smoke that tobacco no more. That was plum juice. Now that was real damn good. You know what? I'm gonna get creative with these juices. I'm gonna be blending these shits up, mixing plum juice with watermelon juice, soursop with watermelon and plum. Man, I'm gonna have me a good time with this shit. Kwame, but they called Ricky Smiley when his son passed. They don't never show up. Trump showed up. Come on, man. I can call somebody. Hey, you all right? And you okay? Fuck out of here. And they could be lying. Just like she worked at McDonald's. She said she worked at McDonald's. What she was doing with them fries? Was she washing the fries in the changing room? She probably washing the fries in the bathroom sink. And then the dude talking about, you know what? Dropping the fries was a hard job. No, the hell it wasn't. Dropping the fries was I worked at McDonald's. You can go look up my goddamn record. My manager's name was Jose. It was on goddamn 17 of the one by Coffin Park. Anybody can look this up in Brunswick, Georgia. Over there by Coffin Park. On 17, my manager's name was Jose. I don't got a cap like Kamala. I'll tell you the location, the name of the goddamn manager and everything. Look me up. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, that if you own the fries, that's the easiest shit. The hardest job at McDonald's is to stock that goddamn freezer. Nobody don't want to do that shit. If you ever worked at McDonald's, look here. When that goddamn truck show up at 10:30 at night, right before y'all supposed to get off, and you got to bring that shit off that goddamn truck, whether it's raining or not, and that goddamn shit slippery as hell, and then you got to go from the rain to the freezer. From the heat, 100-degree heat, to the freezer. That's the hardest motherfucking job. The second hardest job is cleaning that motherfucking grease trap. Getting all that grease off there and cleaning off that goddamn grill. Spraying that bit down and getting it back chrome how they want it. Scraping that bitch, boiling it up, doing what they told you to do. And then putting that chemical on that bitch, boiling it up, cleaning it off, getting it in the grease trap, clearing out that grease trap and getting that shit outside. That's the second hardest job. And then mopping that goddamn floor and keeping everything clean. That's the third hardest job. The fourth is flipping the goddamn burgers and everything everybody want to cook. The fifth is putting together the damn sandwiches. Hold on, degree of difficulty is different nowadays when you go up front to that cash register and girls throwing shit at you and punching you in the mouth. I haven't seen a couple of them videos. But dropping the fries, really? This is how I know this shit cap. To drop the fries, you cut open a brown goddamn bag. The baskets are hanging up. You take the goddamn basket, you dump the fries in. You drop the basket into the grease. You press start on the goddamn grease. It already has a timer on it. It tells you when it's done. You put it up, you hang it up on that motherfucker, you hit it up 2 times, clap, clap, to get the grease off. You dump that bitch in the goddamn bin, you shake salt on that bitch twice, and then you're ready to go with fresh fries. How the fuck is that so hard? Oh my God. You can tell this woman ain't never worked a real job. How in the fuck is that so hard? How is that so hard? These people here, man. Spoken from somebody who really worked at McDonald's and really know what's going on. That's what's going on.
You're going to be in Fort Worth, Texas, one of my favorite places, with Tucker and Roseanne. Tucker Carlson and Roseanne Barr. Is this happening? What is your life these days, Alex?
My life is wild. I'm good friends with Roseanne. She's a party animal. You know, she was telling me about how she used to hang out with Chris Farley. So she's a.
We got another one for y'all. We got JD Vance finna go the fuck off. I like JD Vance.
Be talking about the root cause
of the American highest priorities is to do what we can to support and strengthen the middle class. When I look at
Now, y'all heard that, right? She said her first priority is to see what she can do to strengthen the middle class. Now, from what that other brother said, that's exactly what they're trying to destroy, which is the middle class. And the policies that's set in place will destroy the middle class. There ain't gonna be no mom and pop store no more. Ain't gonna be no Ain't gonna be no sandwich shacks, no crab spots. Not for your black ass. Because the Asians getting all the goddamn money, so the Asians gonna be selling us crab. They already selling us fried chicken. I don't know how the fuck that happened. How are we eating other people's fried chicken? I don't get it. As a kid, I remember running to the Chinese restaurant getting fried chicken. And now as an older guy, I'm like, why ain't none of them women in the hood with all that goddamn cooking skill get no fried chicken shack? And now I know why. They box them into one area. They give them opportunity zones in the worst neighborhoods, in the most impoverished neighborhoods in the hood, where white people won't show up at. The spot that we was going to get chicken from where the Chinese people were, white people would come. It was well lit. It was right on the border of the hood, but still white people go by there, so they're familiar with driving by there. White folks don't drive by the area where they give Negroes restaurants at. They don't. It's only black folks going to eat there, and most black folks hate on other black folk. So they don't never go. And on top of that, the black folks that create the restaurant, they don't have enough capital to scale and grow out their business. So they use all of their money to get it open. And when it's a snag, when it's time for payroll, can't really keep it up because they don't get the $26 billion. So they tell you, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It's your fault. Oh, hold on. Don't tell them niggas this. Here you go, Asian. Let me break the Asians off something. Let me see what I got for them Asians. Let me break these goddamn Asians off something. Let me see what I got for these motherfucking Asians. Okay. What we got for black people? Don't worry about it. We got this for the black women. Get us the black women. Is that the black women? What we gonna get for the black men? Lock their ass up. Now get the rest of this to the Asians. Get us to the Asians. All right, they do it. Us black men, we at the worst position. We don't got shit going on but jail, scamming, gangsterizing. How he said gangsterizing? We don't got nothing going on. We don't really own shit. We got cars and shoes. Cars and pretty shoes. That's what we got. And a lot of women. I don't got no more. But a lot of you niggas do.
Interview as the Democratic nominee, promising a new way forward. Watch.
one of my highest priorities is to do what we can to support and strengthen the middle class. When I look at the aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people, I think that people are ready for a new way forward. Day one, it's going to be about, one, implementing my plan for what I call an opportunity economy. I've already laid out.
Now we looking for our goddamn money. And she talking about a fucking new way forward. Listen, this is the slogan. This is the most sloganed out. This is the most sloganed out presidential. I don't know what the fuck going on. All they come up with is slogans. Vote or die. Build back better. What was Obama's shit? What was Obama's slogan? They all have a fucking slogan. Anybody know what Obama's slogan was? What was Obama's slogan, y'all? Hope. Yeah, hope. Thank you for embarrassing the morons. Yes, we can. Hope. Hope and change. Hope and change. Now this stupid ass slogan, a new way forward. Yeah, we need a new way forward away from you motherfuckers. We going this way with y'all. We going this way. And we need a new way forward this way. That's a new way. You see, you so dumb, you don't even know. If we go to, we already going this way because you already know. So if you want a new way forward, you got to change, pivot, and go this way. Because that ain't a new way forward going with your crackhead looking ass. Slogan out ass.
Of the American people. I think that people are ready for a new way forward. Day one, it's going to be about, one, implementing my plan for what I call an opportunity economy. I've already laid out a number of proposals in that regard.
But Harris struggled to lay out her day one agenda, having difficulty explaining her flip-flopping on policies.
I think the most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed. You mentioned the Green New Deal. I have always believed, and I've worked on it, that the climate crisis is real. That value has not changed. My value around what we need to do to secure our border, that value has not changed.
Okay, this as Harris faces criticism for having Governor Walz by her side during the interview. Politico is reporting, quote, a senior campaign official also made the important stipulation that obviously she will do solo interviews in the future as well. Somebody who does interviews every day, does extemporaneous speaking, we saw him yesterday, is vice presidential candidate, Ohio.
Uh-oh, they telling her to put a big girl panties on. That's why she want to drop out the goddamn race. They telling her to put a big girl panties on, so she say, I'm done with this shit. Trump scared of me. Come on, Kamala, ain't nobody scared of you. Old girl, what's the girl? Tulsi what? Tulsi Gabbard? Tulsi Gabbard whooped your ass. Tulsi Gabbard mopped the floor with you. And Trump hired her. So she gonna just tell Trump what she did to kick your ass. Tell Trump to tone down, you know, the jokes, because you're going to be highly sensitive. I'm talking, and I'm black. The little speck that I have. Even though my daddy didn't come to the DNC, the black daddy that decided her sex, that gave her this privileged ability to be black all of a sudden, he wasn't even there. Where was her black daddy at? I'm going to ask again. Where was her black daddy at? Is this thing working? Hold on, something going on. Where was her black daddy? I ain't seen him. Anyone of y'all seen him? Working a black job? Out of all the days you think that her black daddy would be front row next to her white husband so it don't have these optics. And I'm still trying to figure out, how come Kamala Harris is not a divester? How y'all say? How come she's not a divester? So me as a black man, if I ran for office and I had a big old blonde-headed, beautiful, fine, thick white girl right here, and she was just looking at me, and I'm looking at her. She's looking at me, and I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me. And I'm like, it's on tonight, you white, fine horse. Would I get elected? Would I even be able to run? Hell no. They would say I'm a divester. They're going to say I don't love my mama. They're going to say I ain't black no more. This woman can run as a black lady when she's not really black. She's on video saying I'm South Indian, to be exact. This is crazy, by the way. Now she's black. She don't have to tell you no policy. She don't have to come out and talk to you. She get to hide. And then the black daddy that all this hoopla is about, because he's part Jamaican, part this, part Asian, and that's why she black. I'm looking for this black guy. I'm looking through the crowd like, ooh. So she flashed over to her husband. And you know, normally when your husband, the two men in your life that's the most important, supposed to sit right next to each other. It's supposed to be your father that created you, and then your husband. You give it up to your daddy because he helped give you life, and then you give it up to your husband. They're like, you know, they're supposed to be right next to each other. Look around, I ain't see this nigga nowhere. This is a game, and y'all voting for a black lady? This ain't no goddamn black lady, nor should you even think about that.
Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. J.D., good morning to you.
Good morning, guys.
So last night we watched the 27-minute interview that CNN did. Dana Bash did ask a lot of the questions we wanted answers to. And one of the most important things was, how do you, Vice President Harris, explain the flip-flops? But as we just heard in that soundbite, she's not flip-flopping because she has the same values.
Yeah, it's pretty bizarre, right? So if you have the same values, why have you changed your mind on literally every topic that you previously held an opinion on? But I think it's important for us not to buy this. If you look at the way that Kamala Harris is governed, she's actually governed as a far left person. She's just trying to pretend that she's not far left now because, of course, she wants to win the American people's votes over the next couple of months. But if she does, she's going to do the same thing that she's been doing for the last few years. She's going to try to make it harder to get American energy from American territory. She's going to make it harder for us to drive down the cost of everything from food to housing. She's going to make it harder for us to enforce our border laws. And she's going to make more chaos and more instability around the world.
And this is how I know these people brainwashed. Right there, what you said, bro. She didn't even pick a man from her own a man of her own tribe. Bible says to her own people, who? Like the Bible says, to her own people disowned her. It's crazy because we talk all this blackity black shit, right? First black president, so-called Obama. What does he do? Pick a white man. Second so-called black lady. What does she do? Pick a white man. I thought we want our own spaces. Ain't y'all keep saying that? DEI and what's that? We need black spaces. How is it that the white man always got to be attached to the black man and the black woman who won? Why didn't Oprah Winfrey come up? Why is she over there talking about how good Kamala is? Why is she not the VP? Why isn't Angela Rye the VP? Why ain't somebody, a black woman? Why isn't there not an AKA? All these AKAs capping for this South Indian lady. How come she didn't go and say, you know what? I've been dancing with the AKAs. I've been riding with the AKAs. I'm going to go get a black AKA. I'm sure it's AKA judges. I'm sure it's other AKAs and politicians in politics. Why she ain't go get them? She goes and get white zaddy. Barack Obama goes and get white zaddy. Nobody said anything. A black actor go and get a white woman, cancel her. A black singer go marry a different woman from a different race, don't buy a CD no more. But the president of the United States can go get a white man and it's no problem. The white man gonna always win. Kudos to you white men, because y'all know how to trick these niggas' mind up to keep them fixated on that black cop. Because that's what I think this is all about. Boy, there's something about that thing down there that everybody want to watch it. Everybody want to control it. Nobody wants us to go nowhere. Because why is she able to take that black poom poom over to the white boy? Why is she able to go get a white that VP? Why? Shouldn't there all the AKAs nut the fuck up and say, oh, hell no. At least Trump offered Oprah the job. She couldn't get an AKA, huh? No? Y'all don't care? She got no power? Even though she voted to tax your tip, she got no power, huh? Oh, okay. Even though she voted to give out billions of dollars to the Asians, she got no power, huh? Oh, okay. Y'all right. I'm dumb. I ain't go to college.
So it's really absurd for Kamala Harris to sit there and say, well, I don't actually believe in any of the thing that I told you I believed 3 years ago. She has governed as a person who believes those things. And unfortunately, the American people are far off because of it.
So, Senator, she's flipped on the EV mandates through the Green New Deal, border wall, decriminalizing the border crossings, Medicare for all, which she was a co-sponsor. I mean, that's a major flip. The mandatory gun buyback, fracking, apparently she supports it now, and offshore drilling. You know, I know it's only been 2 years into politics for you, Senator, but politicians, they change their position. But
Trump said we need to frack. We need to frack more. We got our own shit. We need to frack. Everything Trump said, she's saying now. Trump said we got to frack. We got to get our own oil. We got plenty of oil over here. When they get in office, we done with fracking. They come up with all these EV mandates and restrictions to make sure you go get a goddamn electric car. Make sure you can't ride around here no diesel and gas, just water whipping. They're making sure. Everybody went out and bought Teslas. Them motherfuckers get batteries go dead in the cold. I seen a Tesla truck where they hit a bump, the whole goddamn frame cracked. I said, that'll never happen to my GMC. Yeah, that big motherfucker, I can hit all kind of bumps with 9,000 pound dump dead trailer. It ain't gonna crack. Not the frame, the whole frame cracked. Bah! I don't understand. Now all of a sudden, she's with fracking and she's with no tax on tips. Even though she's on video saying it's divided 50-50, so the vote will proceed. Bam! Tax those tips. Now there's no tax on tips. She's in office right now. She the one signed the 50-50 bill. If she did not want your tips taxed, she can really undo it right now. She got the time. If she wants your vote, she should prove it to you. She got the time to do it right now. But hey, because who's the president? Biden stepped down. So y'all saying she don't got no power. She's the VP. That means she stepped up. She got the power right now to do it. What you mean that's false? So you saying she didn't vote for tax on tip? But, hey, hit the link real quick. I'll show you the video. If he don't hit the link, y'all get him up out of here, please. Yeah, I'll get you the video on the tax on tip. I'm going to play the video for you, and you hit the link, or we're going to fly you out. Let me play the video to educate you first. I don't want to just throw you out here stupid style. You know, we don't want to throw you out stupid style. We're going to educate you, brother.
I am going to leave Social Security. I'm not raising the years. I'm not raising the age. I will be saving Social Security, and I'm going to work it out that there's no tax on Social Security for seniors. I'm also doing no tax on tips. No tax on tips. So waiters, waitresses, caddies, people that drive cars, people that get tips who have been harassed by this government, we're going to have no tax on tips. That's a big thing.
Including to raise the minimum wage and eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
A few moments later.
That's my bar. Shit. He copied my whole flow. That kissed me through the phone. He copied my whole flow. Word for word, bar for bar.
So, Donna, I want to ask you about something that just came in last night. We saw a big speech in Nevada by Kamala Harris, and she came out for no tax on tips. Where have I heard that before?
Well, look,
it's like one of the few policy specifics that Donald Trump has offered.
And she also gave more details, I think, on how to make that a reality. Look.
Flashback.
Biden seems intent on taking your earnings hostage. Now, the IRS, they just announced this week that they want to start tracking all of the tips that workers earn so that they can be taxed for it. So much for Biden's sacred promise not to raise taxes on anyone making less than $400,000 a year. Remember, this is all part of Biden's so-called Inflation Reduction Act.
The yeas are 50, the nays are 50. The Senate being equally divided, the vice president votes in the affirmative, and the bill, as amended, is passed.
It was 50-50. So in the affirmative, the bill is passed. Somebody fly him up out of here. Nigga, do your own research. You want to act all smart. Go do your own research. Now, if you're not going to hit the link, holler back. Somebody put him on No, don't put him on Amtrak. Put him on Spirit and make sure you poke a hole in the tire before he can take off. Put a slow leak in the tire so when he landed, the landing gear fucked up. Put him on the plane by himself, though.
The problem I have with Kamala Harris, and it's much like when you graciously invited me into your home. I want to know why she changed her position. You told me why you changed your position on Donald Trump. Why aren't we hearing why she changed?
Well, in part because she refuses to give interviews, right? So this is her first interview in 40 days. And of course, she's flanked by her VP colleague there. But she's not a person who actually knows, I think, why she believes the things that she says that she believes. You're exactly right. She did impose an EV mandate.
Now, he don't get no parachute. The tire gonna be flat. They can just scrape and spark up, make a water landing. Make his ass scared, make the doors pop open, let him slide down in the goddamn water. Let him be cold and shit. Make his ass make a water landing. Fuck him.
which is going to ship a lot of American manufacturing jobs to China. She has supported the defund the police movement, which has made a lot of our cities much more violent and a lot of our neighborhoods much less safe. She has done all of these things as she's been in government. And again, now she's trying to run away from it. And I agree with you guys. She should have to sit and answer tough questions about why she's changed her mind. I think she answered one question yesterday about how she changed her mind. It was a bit of a word salad, and I don't think it actually gave Americans any insight into who Kamala Harris really is. The final point that I'll just make about how she was trying to explain her changed perspectives is, if you actually watched what she was saying, the way that she was saying it, it's clear that she doesn't have very strong convictions. I actually, even though I'm running against her, I felt a little bad for her because it was clear that she wasn't totally sure-footed and she didn't totally know why she was saying the things that she was saying. She's been coached to pretend.
JD Vance, you a good guy, but we don't got time for you to feel bad for her ass. Fuck all that. But you a good man, man. If you feel bad for somebody you running against, she could potentially be the next president. She could potentially win. And he said he feel bad for her. That's a good dude, man. I appreciate that.
To be a moderate. Unfortunately, guys, she's governed as a San Francisco liberal, and because of it, Americans are poorer, the world is more chaotic, and our border is wide open. We've got to take this country in a new direction, which is why we've got to elect Donald Trump.
Well, let's talk about Pennsylvania, because that is a very important state, and fracking, which matters a lot to the people in Pennsylvania. Here's Kamala Harris on fracking.
No, and I made that clear on the debate stage in 2020 that I would not ban fracking. As vice president, I did not ban.
Oh, that's why I ain't see her goddamn daddy there. Oh, you want to disown your heritage? You want to play Indian? Bitch, get away. Yeah, them Indian men don't play. They backhand motherfucker. They slap people. They just, I'm like, damn. Them Indian men slap the hell out of everybody. They slap each other. They slap their women. I've seen a couple of them Indian videos. They slapping their women. They don't give a damn. Them Indians stick together. They get married. They have 20,000 Indians partying for goddamn 9 days. I want to go to an Indian wedding though, for real. Yeah, I want to go to an Indian wedding. I want to party for 9 days with their ass. I bet you that shit be fun. They be picking their women up and shit, humping them and shit. I be like, what the fuck? I see the Indian wedding on TV. Don't think I ain't watching you, motherfucker.
Ban fracking. As president, I will not ban fracking. I made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position, nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word. My values have not changed. I believe it is very important that we take seriously what we must do to guard against what is a clear crisis in terms of the climate. And to do that, we can do what we have accomplished thus far. The Inflation Reduction Act, what we have done to invest, by my calculation, over probably $1 trillion over the next 10 years, investing in a clean energy economy. What we've already done, creating over 300,000 new clean energy jobs.
Man, he ain't black. Ain't nowhere in the hell. I wouldn't give a damn if my daughter smoked weed back in the day. What father not going to the DNC because his daughter smoked weed? That got to be an Indian principle. Hell no. I'm going to the DNC. My daughter, goddamn, just told me she smoked some weed. I'm going to the DNC. I'm sorry, baby. I smoke too. Shit. Fuck. That's an Indian principle. Black men, we don't give a fuck about that. We probably smoke. So, I don't know. That's some Indian value. He got standards for her ass. Not to say us black men don't got no standards, but I really wouldn't have gave a good hoot if my daughter smoked some weed back in the day and I found out about it when she a grown ass, old ass woman. This man's still mad, you say, huh? Damn. She said, my family is Jamaican. He said she disrespected his family. Where can I find that video at, Odom? Let me see. I'm going to find it on my phone. Let me do some research.
Jobs. That tells me, from my experience as vice president, we can do it without banning fracking.
Senator, and here she is back in 2019.
Will you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking your first day in office, adding the United States to the list of countries who have banned this devastating practice?
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking.
So, Senator, how do you be simultaneously for the Green New Deal and now for fracking?
Well, you can't. Those are just totally inconsistent positions. And I actually think that Kamala Harris may have told an explicit lie on top of what she's already said here. So think about this. Kamala Harris says that she changed her mind in 2020 on the debate stage. Her last debate was in 2019 because she dropped out of the race before it really got to voting. So if she's saying that she changed her mind on fracking during her general election debate, that's not true. She definitely did not do that. So I think that Kamala Harris got away with a very dishonest sort of, revision of her record there. But then let's go back just to how this affects the lives of American families and American workers. Fracking is one of the main ways that we have to drive down the cost of energy. And if you think groceries are expensive now, what happens when we increase the cost of energy even further, making it hard to get the food to the grocery store? If you think the cost of housing is bad now, what happens when we increase the cost of producing the materials that go into the houses, which is what a ban on fracking would do? She is pursuing a policy, guys, that is going to make Americans poorer in their own country. And it's so fascinating. The media is so desperate to let her get away with this that they don't even push her on the fact that she's changed her mind allegedly on 8 different topics. And the final thing is, the proof is in the pudding. Kamala Harris can say that she's changed her mind on American energy or changed her mind on police or changed her mind on immigration. She is the sitting vice president of the United States. If she's changed her mind, why doesn't she enact these policies now and make Americans better off? I don't think she believes it, which is why you're not seeing it in what she's doing.
And Dan Abash kind of asked about that. Yeah, you've been vice president for 3.5 years. Last night, we know what she's doing with these new positions, Senator. She is racing to the middle because when there's one, you're way out there on the fringe when you're in the primary, and then you race to the middle in the general, and that's what she's doing. But she said, and obviously she's fishing around for Republican votes as well, because she was asked, and she said that she would appoint a Republican to her cabinet. And we've seen that in the past. GWB did it. Barack Obama did it. Would a Trump-Vance administration, would you guys appoint a Democrat to your cabinet?
Oh, of course we would, Stephen. We've actually got a lot of great Democratic support. We just got RFK, of course, Tulsi Gabbard, who endorsed the president in just the last couple of days. If you look at the Trump movement in 2024, it's actually the common sense big tent movement in American politics. We don't agree on everything, of course. Not everybody who votes for Donald Trump is going to agree with every policy issue, but we agree on the basics. We agree that American energy prices should be lower. We agree that we should be making.
Oh, yeah. Her daddy like, oh, stupid, I ain't effing with you. Oh, man, her daddy do not like her. And they're not close because Kamala Harris' father was separated from their mother when she was young. And they got a divorce a little time after that. Oh, man. So she don't really notice that her dad like that. He don't really fuck with her like that. He said that was a travesty. Donald Harris previously wrote a piece for an outlet called Reflection of a Jamaican Father about his family history and Kamala Harris' connection to Jamaica. To this day, I continue to remain the deep social awareness and the strong sense of identity, which is grassrooted Jamaican philosophy. Fed in me, he wrote, as a father, I naturally sought to develop the same sensibility in my 2 daughters. Born and bred in America, Kamala was the first in line to have it planted. Harris' parents separated when she was young. Divorce a few years later occurred to Politico. She and her sister was raised by their mother, not their black daddy. So Kamala Harris is a product of a single mother. So she probably don't even like men on the same level as she should. So we're about to put a man-hating. This is my belief. I believe once she separated from her father, didn't have that tight connection to her father, because you can see it's still not tight. I think we are putting a man-hating feminist in the White House. If you ask me, a woman that is not closely connected with her father, her uncles, her brothers, they're not going to understand men. They're not going to understand that we're living, breathing humans like you. We have emotions like you. We get mad like you. It's not fee, fi, fo, fum. We're the worst thing in the world. Lock us up. It's no. Sometimes y'all get on our fucking nerves, just like sometimes we get on your fucking nerves. But women that are around men and see that range, that sometimes he yell, sometimes he love up on you, sometimes he's mad at you, sometimes he give you consequence, but he's a constant. He's there all the time. He still loves you. Just like your mother, she might pop that ass, but you're going to still love mama. Sometimes these women, when daddy is separated from them and he tries to scold them, it's met with, ah. And that probably explains why people call her comma chameleon. And that probably explains her values and how she was able to, at 26 years old, get up under a married man, Willie Brown, without any conscience. And it's probably while she was walking with Montel Williams when he had two bras finna go look like have a good time. And it probably shows the values that she has. She's very jokey, playful, all this. She don't have really seriousness about herself. And that's just my theory. I don't know this to be true. I don't know this to be fact. But I'm just saying.
More of our own stuff in the United States of America. We agree that we should close down the border and stop the flow of illegal drugs and trafficking into our country. It's just the basic common sense stuff. And it's telling, that Kamala Harris wants to say that she's the Big Tent candidate. She wants to say that she stands for a totally different platform than what she ran on 3 years ago. But she's governed as a radical. She will govern further as a radical. And Donald Trump has the record of lower prices, higher wages, and peace across the world. The contrast is extraordinary. We just have to remind the American people that the proof is in the pudding. And Donald Trump did a good job. Kamala Harris did a bad one.
Well, Senator, we've been following what's been happening at the border. Now it's here at home. Chicago's, the Venezuelan gangs and the United States gangs are going back and forth. You got Colorado now, where we have apparently some illegal migrants that have taken over an apartment complex. We had the councilwoman on from that area. This is what she said. Watch, Senator.
I currently know of 4 others. That's just in Aurora. I do believe that there are some in Denver. Denver police officers are starting to speak out.
We need to be arresting these guys for the smallest crimes that they're committing, putting them in jail, figuring out who they are. We don't even know who they are. They came across the border, were probably lightly vetted, probably have criminal backgrounds in Venezuela because we don't share background information with Venezuela. We really need to start putting boots on the ground and arresting these guys for shooting up cars, all the assaults that they're committing.
So, Senator, one of the problems is the local cops can't do anything. They can't talk to ICE. So these people can't be deported because it's a sanctuary state. What does a Trump-Vance administration do differently?
Well, first of all, we end sanctuary cities and we end sanctuary states. If you've got illegal immigrants in your communities, they need to go home, and you need to cooperate with local and federal law enforcement to help get illegal immigrants out of our country. Guys, if we don't have a border, we do not have a real country. And all these problems that exist primarily in Central America, we're now seeing them in places like Aurora, Colorado, or Chicago, or Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, because Kamala Harris has allowed us to import the business of the drug cartels into our own communities. And Americans are suffering because of it. We cannot overstate this. I was talking to national firefighters yesterday. Hundreds of millions of dollars in Chicago, in New York, in Pittsburgh, all across our community are going to pay for the problems related to the border. You're housing illegal migrants. You're trying to deal with the drug overdoses that come from illegal migrants. We should be spending that money on more police, more firefighters, more municipal services. But these local governments are being totally destroyed because they're paying for Kamala Harris's open border.
But Senator,
we can
real quick,
do so much better.
Real quickly,
we just need common sense leadership.
I know we only got a little bit at a time, but I'm curious.
Yeah.
Did you hear what JD said? We could be using that money for Americans. We could be purchasing homes for Americans. We could be purchasing getting more police officers that are good cops. We could be using that money for American citizens, but instead, it's going to people that just came over here for a better opportunity. When they robbing, stealing, killing, raping Americans, taking apartment buildings from Americans. We can't afford homes, and we're not going to be able to afford homes soon, but they get to get free $150,000. Make that make sense. Somebody make that make sense to me. Everybody got paid. Everybody get paid but Americans. How y'all feel? Y'all ought to feel like some freaking thoughts. We getting pimped. We pay taxes for other people to get money over here. Yeah, we got to pay up so everybody else can eat. We got to pay for everybody. You working hard like a mother. Imagine the guys that's going to work 14 hours a day. You paying for somebody else to sit on their ass or come walk across the border and come get something for free. And that's supposed to be a new way forward. Sounds good. New way forward, my ass. You better find another way. I don't want my money going to that. I'm sorry. I got my own kids, my own problems. I don't know about y'all. I got my own goddamn problems. I know y'all, some of y'all are perfect, got everything figured out, but I got my own problem. Yeah, boy. Let me get me some of this mango. This is the only one I ain't tried yet. Y'all like mango juice? I might have to mix this with some shit. I don't know if I like mango. It's an acquired taste. But they say it's good for you. I got some cabbage that I'm gonna juice. They say cabbage and celery is good with avocado and beets. And they told me to put some goddamn cinnamon in it and ginger. I say, God damn, that's a hell of a combination. But I'm gonna try it. I'm a damn sure try it. It's better than eating collard greens out of a tub, I can tell you that. Damn, I ain't getting no pineapple. Mango and what else? Juice the watermelon with the ginger. Okay, bet.
Sanctuary city, sanctuary state. If Trump Vance administration is there, does that now become against federal law? Is there going to be a bill to say you cannot be a sanctuary state, you cannot be a sanctuary city?
Yeah, absolutely. It needs to be against federal law, and we need to be willing to use the purse strings of the federal government. If a local city is not willing to cooperate with deporting violent criminals, then we need to say, well, then maybe we're not going to give you as much money as we used to. We have got to end the practice of sanctuary cities. It's making our communities poorer and less safe.
Senator, yesterday, former President Trump announced that he wants to make IVF treatments free if he becomes a president. So you're talking here to a mom of 9 kids. So I obviously believe more babies are better. But I actually was kind of a little bit taken.
Hold up, you a mama? How many goddamn kids? Shit, I'm glad I ain't running into you, lady. She a mama, 9 kids. Damn. Jesus. Hey, ma'am. She need to teach a class on how to get pregnant. She need to teach a class on how to get pregnant. For real. Please, lady, teach a class on how these women can have fertility help, because it seems like they can't have no babies no more. But that's why I'm juicing, because I think a lot of our problems is in the food. So I'm about to get back fine, because we got to be doing a lot of running and cutting and shit. From them immigrants, they're going to be shooting at us and shit. So I'm getting in shape so I can be able to run.
In it back, because last week you were talking about, making Americans healthy. We clearly have a fertility problem. Something is going on in our country because infertility is exploding. And there's something, whether it's in the food and the environment, it could be cultural as well, that we're encouraging girls to start having women to have babies a lot later. I've talked to a lot of pro-life friends of mine, and they're saying it's one thing to say, I'm not going to ban IVF. It's an entirely other thing to say, we're going to pay for it, or we're going to mandate insurance companies to pay for it. And a lot of them said that smacked to them like Obamacare mandating, contraceptive mandates. So what's your response, particularly the pro-life community, which has been so supportive of this ticket and the advances that Donald Trump has clearly made in that area?
Yeah, well, first of all, you know I'm pro-life, and I want to save as many babies as possible. I think it's important for us to recognize that there are a lot of fertility problems, and we ought to be talking about the root causes. But President Trump has always been pro-fertility treatment to address some of the problems too that young women are facing. I mean, you know this, I know this. We've all had family and friends that have gone through infertility problems. It is a nightmare, and I think all President Trump is saying is that we want to make it as accessible as possible. Of course, we're going to respect religious liberties. We're not going to force anybody to do something that is against their conscience, but we also want to make this fertility stuff available to as many people as possible, because babies are good. And for a whole host of complicated reasons, we've got a lot of women and a lot of young families that are struggling with this. We, of course, want them to have happier, healthier lives. And we want American women to have as big a families as they would like to have. And unfortunately, we know that's not happening right now.
What do you say, Senator, to those in the pro-life community, some now that are so angered that they're saying some of them may stay home? Why is that a bad idea?
Well, it's a bad idea, first of all, because all the president has said is he wants abortion to be made at a policy to be made at the state level, right? He wants California, Florida, Ohio to fight this stuff out and to have debates among their citizens rather than having a national one-size-fits-all approach. And I think the genius in President Trump's approach here is that he's actually giving the individual voting populations the room to figure this stuff out. You guys know, again, I am a pro-life person. We had a pro-life referendum in the state of Ohio.
So this is why I don't understand why so many people are upset. Trump is putting the power in the state that you live in. There's a lot of women that really want to be able to have abortion. So if you're in that state, women get together and vote and make sure you can have the abortions that you want. It's a state thing. You don't have to elect the whole president based on this one damn issue. And that's why I think the Democrats want to do it, because they know it's such an emotional thing for some people. I think I done used damn near every cup in the damn house. It's such an emotional thing for so many people that they'll vote based on that one little issue. Even though it shouldn't be an issue, because there's a lot of liberal states that it wouldn't be a problem. They're gonna vote for it. I'm gonna drink me some mango orange juice, cuz. Yeah, this mango mixed with orange juice. Woo, that's strong. Oh, that shit good. Ooh, I'm up now. Hey, listen. So why would they make this? Why would they first lie and say Trump said he's going to ban all abortions? He never said that. He wants to bring it back to the states, so that way it's not a problem. Whatever state you live in, Georgia, all the liberal states going to have abortions. And so the Bible Belt may not vote for it. If you live in Georgia, some of these southern states, they may not vote for you to have an abortion. Maybe. I don't know. But most of the states will be fine with that. So I don't understand the issue.
It didn't go the direction that I wanted it to go. And I think what I take away from that is that those of us in the pro-life community, we've got to do a better job of persuading our fellow citizens. But even if you disagree with something that Donald Trump has said, look, Kamala Harris wants to force Christian hospitals to perform abortions. She wants taxpayer-funded abortion up until the moment of birth. The Democrats are utterly radical on this. And if you, like me, want to save as many babies as possible, Donald Trump is really the only candidate in the race.
Well, we know you're running for vice president. He's running.
Man. That man say, if you want to save babies like me, you got to vote for Trump. And if you want to kill babies, vote for Kamala. But if you want to not have to worry about that and make it a local issue, so that way you don't have to bog down the president with that, when your local election is very important, you don't have to bog down the president with, if you want to kill your baby. If you want to kill your baby, do your thing. You know? If you want to kill your baby, make it a statewide. Make it a state issue and not a federal issue, and it's all good. That's my apple juice. Baby mama, what the hell you want? I'm good. All right. I think I'm gonna go live from my other channel. I got to put some content out on my other channel, and then I'm gonna wake up late night and just be railing out videos. I'm just so energized now that I'm not eating meat. I done lost about 6 more pounds, so I'm gonna keep rocking and rolling and drinking my juice. My baby mama want to talk to me, so I gotta end this live. So let me figure out what the hell she want, because I don't want to upset baby mama. I don't got no baby mama drama like that right now. So let me stop this, because I don't need no baby mama drama. Let me stop this, and I'll be back on my other channel. Y'all have a blessed day. Here goes some of the channels I watch. We ending this, so we don't have to get no baby mama drama. And I just got to make sure I let you niggas know that this is what's going to happen to you.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit.
And I'm studying this nigga right here.
It's well, it's easier to be a parent this morning. It's easier to be a dad. It's easier to tell your kids character matters. It matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. And it's easier for a whole lot of people. If you're Muslim in this country, you don't have to worry if the president doesn't want you here. If you're an immigrant, you don't have to worry if the president's going to be happy to have babies snatched away or send dreamers back for no reason. This is vindication for a lot of people who have really suffered. You know, I can't breathe.
Even people who are pushing for this to happen, it's kind of like when your grandpa, you got to take the keys, and everybody, you got to take his keys, you got to, and he's fighting, and everybody's so frustrated, and then you finally get the keys back, and then you just cry, because this is somebody that you love, this is somebody that you care about.
Boy, oh boy. And then you just cry. Banjo is better than that, Banjo. The illegals are going to get $150,000 for a new home. So us Americans crying now, Banjo, because we ain't going to be able to afford our insurance on our homes. And there's no tax on this. Tax on tip. Bitch, tax on tip. I'm learning. I'm practicing, Banjo. I'm getting better, Banjo. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to be there in a minute. You ain't going to be the only one getting this cry money. Yeah, y'all want A-Rab money? I want cry money. Me and Van Jones want that cry money. Hey, y'all have a blessed day until I come back. I'm gone. I gotta talk to my baby mama.